All right, here's a quick video on how to feed Ellie in the morning to set her up for the day. All of her feeding instructions are printed out and they're right here in the pantry. Everything on the bottom two shelves is cat related, and her food stays in these two little bowls that are stored on the fourth shelf down. This bowl is her wet food and the other bowl is her dry food. This is her water dish that gets cleaned out and refilled every day. And this is her wet food dish. And then sometime before 10 a.m., fill her feeder. There are 5 different compartments that will open up through the day. She gets 1 tablespoon of dry food in each of these compartments. And the dry food is right here in this Tupperware container, and you've got a tablespoon for measuring. And then in her wet food bowl, she gets 1/8 of a can of the wet food. The wet food just gets stored in the Tupperware so it doesn't get, we don't attract bugs. And she does prefer her food to be at room temperature, so please don't put it in the refrigerator. It just gets stored once it's opened up in this Tupperware container on top of the blue bowl and on the 4th shelf. If you decide that you want to give her some treats, there's a box of greenies back in here, and you can give her a few treats. There's a little treat feeder over by the refrigerator that she can play with. That big Ziploc bag is more dry food, so if there's not quite enough, you can refill the Tupperware with the dry food. But just go ahead and set her up with all of this food and water sometime before 10 a.m. The feeder opens at 10 a.m., noon, 2 p.m., and 4 p.m. And then you'll feed her again in the evening once or twice, depending on how many times you want to feed her. Usually, as soon as she gets up, I give her about 1/8 of a can of the wet food. So that's the overview. Here's Ellie waiting for her breakfast this morning, and so she'll be happy that I get busy with making that for her. Thanks for taking such good care of her.